So there you are, scrolling through your Twitter feed, just browsing, lurking. I don't know what you do, you freak. Well, anyway, just scrolling through and you will likely see some badly photoshopped image with tacky captions. Be it ill humor or some nonsensical mishmash, this thing holds some meaning. Maybe? Well, anyway, this thing is most likely what one would call a meme.
It's not just ear rape. And B-movie but every time videos.
You like jazz?
Or my favorite subreddit, r/softwaregore. The actual definition of memes dates back to 1976. It was a term used to describe behaviors passed on through generations through non-genetic means, and it was coined by Richard Dawkins in his book The Selfish Gene. So this included language, traditions, religion, etc., etc.
However, today the definition of this term has evolved.
You mean devolved?
Memes are not just a recent cultural phenomenon created by degenerate hormonal teens trying to gain Reddit karma or Twitter upvotes. While the term meme is something popularized quite recently, the true and original format can be dated back before the American Revolution. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Benjamin Franklin, can be considered the memer who is the icon of the early age of memology. His famous cartoon of a serpent cut into 13 pieces has the simple captions, "Join or die." The format, aside from the rather bland color scheme, is a dead ringer for our memes of today. A simple, badly drawn picture combined with a text to convey a message. In his case, Franklin was urging colonists to join in the effort to fight the British for independence with an eye-catching primitive meme. Another meme, this time from the Cold War, shows a caricature of Joseph Stalin as a spider taking over the world with his eyes set on the US.
Honestly, whoever drew this put a lot more effort into it than we do with memes today.
The thing is, though, this acts as propaganda against the Soviet Union. It depicts Stalin as a creature that most of us can agree is disgusting. But no offense to anyone who likes spiders. And it rallies the American people against a common enemy.
In the case of both Franklin and Stalin, exaggerated and comical pictures were used to highlight topics of political contestation to draw public attention. This very same concept can be seen today in the cesspit of internet forums and social media platforms.
More recently, the European Union has debated over copyright laws, more specifically Article 13. Article 13 threatened to ban memes by making social networking platforms liable for allowing their users to share content with copyrighted material. Unless the site had licensing to the material, it could not be posted, and this also applies to memes.
Apparently, the EU underestimates the minds of memers because they ended up finding a loophole in the law where if they draw the meme themselves, they can bypass the copyright infringement.
Even worse, or funnier, depends on your perspective, was that the internet was turning Article 13 itself into a meme, thinking that if they made it a meme, the European Union would be forced to ban Article 13 and thus allow memes to thrive.
It's all funny loopholes and games until you realize that behind all this humor, these users are criticizing a legal issue that has serious implications that could silence their primary form of satire.
Luckily, this law was reformed before it was passed this year. The safeguards were put in place to protect memes and GIFs from legal troubles.
Still, this goes to show that governments have the power to stop us from viewing some sweet dank Reddit memes, but they also could make attempts to undermine our freedom of speech and expression as well.
Speaking of silencing memes, remember that live-action Christopher Robin movie? Well, it was denied by China due to memes comparing Chinese President Xi Jinping to Winnie the Pooh, which was also banned.
Considering how many knockoff products they make of him, it's surprising.
It started in 2013 when a picture of Xi and Barack Obama were walking together was put next to a picture of Pooh and Tigger walking together in an extremely similar fashion. Later, a picture of Xi and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was compared to Pooh and Eeyore, and this trend continued.
But the Chinese government was not having it and made claims that these were a serious effort to undermine the dignity of the presidential office and President Xi himself.
Can't take a joke, I guess. Although they could be right, it could be that. And if it is, there is some reason behind it showing that some are unhappy with Xi and are expressing their views, which have just been silenced.
Bringing things in from international politics, the 2016 US presidential election brought about a plethora of memes. One such meme shows an image of President Donald Trump in his commonly depicted pose with both of his hands forming finger guns pointing to the left and right at a speech or a rally. The text says, "Happy Cinco Deported." This humorously shows how Trump wants to deport illegal Mexican immigrants by taking the Mexican holiday Cinco de Mayo and changing it to Cinco Deported.
A little punny, but it gets the message across.
Speaking of political memes, there's this common meme format of anyone laughing, then a face of either worry or regret that is slightly transparent. This format is used to express something that originally sounds funny but is damaging to the topic, such as a meme of Steve Harvey laughing, then him in an almost nail-biting expression with the captions, "When those political memes are funny, but then you remember, this is the state of our country."
This easily expresses how the government is addressing problems in ways which are either ineffective or unproductive. But it's not just funny, and it is instead hurtful to our nation. Speaking about the state of our nation, so there's been this dispute over abortion in several states. And there's this meme that has the phrase, "when you can't afford an abortion, so you just push her down the stairs instead." And in the center, there's a picture of a man in a suit pointing at the audience. With that, we see the text, "Modern problems require modern solutions."
Although many tend to focus on the ethics of abortion, there are many other factors that should be brought to the debate on how it should be changed, including its expensive price, which this meme sheds light upon.
On the subject of medicine, there's this meme that casts light on the anti-vaxxer issue, specifically here in the US. Anti-vax is a reluctance or refusal to be vaccinated or to have one's children vaccinated, and is a huge health threat according to the World Health Organization. In this meme, we see the title, "Anti-vaxxer Logic," and below is a picture of a man pointing his temple and smiling, like he's trying to show that he's smart. And it's written, "Can't get autism if you die from polio."
This humorously makes fun of the anti-vaxxer logic and shows that although they think that by not getting vaccinated they won't get autism, which is scientifically being shown to be a myth, actually they are leaving themselves vulnerable to get polio, a crippling and serious disease.
You know, maybe the government doesn't like these memes. We talked about the whole China and Winnie the Pooh thing earlier. I wonder what the government thinks of the memes of them.
Perhaps we know too much?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Are you sick and tired of the government monitoring you in your quest to find dank Reddit memes?
Questions make terrible hooks.
Shut up! Then NordVPN might be for you. NordVPN uses military-grade encryption to protect your internet privacy for only $2.99 a month. If you use the code "Don't Let Your Memes Be Dreams," then you can get 1 month free.
What does military-grade encryption even mean?
This sounds like an infomercial.